I thought it would be fun to do something a little different in today's video. I have trained over 6,000 virtual assistants, and all the time people are asking me, Abby, what services should I offer as a virtual assistant? And here's the thing about virtual assistants is that you should offer the services that you want to offer, the ones that you have a little bit of experience in already. And if you just kind of hone that craft, it is automatically a service that small business owners would want. So in order to get your gears turning a little bit, your brain going down this path, I thought I would just provide for you the ultimate list of services. So I have 20 services in this video that I'm going to detail kind of what they are. And if it piques your interest, go ahead and just write it down. Like, okay, that's something that I should explore more or possibly add to my list. Maybe it's your first time here. I'm Abbey Ashley, founder of The Virtual Savvy. I help people start virtual assistant businesses. It's my passion. It's what I love to do. We've grown a community of over 135,000 virtual assistants. You can join that community, by the way, at the link below. But I'm so excited to have you here watching this video because that means that you are considering the decision to completely change your life, your future, and live the freedom life by starting a virtual assistant business. So I'm super glad you're here. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That way you will actually be notified every time I release new videos. Now, you might be new to the world of virtual assistants and are wondering, like, what is this whole thing? So let me give you a really brief description of what a virtual assistant business even is. Once you decide to become a virtual assistant, that means that you provide administrative, creative, or technical services for small business owners. For example, your services may include things like data entry, travel research and booking, invoicing, customer service emails. And you would say to a client, all right, you can pay me $30 an hour on a package of 10 hours for the month. So that would be $300 a month. And in those 10 hours a month, I will do the following services for you. So that's a really brief description of what it can look like to be a virtual assistant. The beauty of this method is that you can make monthly reoccurring income with the skills that you likely already have or could learn very, very quickly, and it can be done completely from home. Another thing about this type of business is that if you want to grow it beyond yourself, you can actually hire team members, subcontractors to help you with the work, and then your income is completely unlimited. Our students are replacing their income and finding their clients very, very quickly through the methods that we teach. Like Misty, who was able to get her first paying client, an absolute dream client, on a local small business Facebook page. Or Cindy, who at age 64 was able to launch her virtual assistant business and 1 month later get 2 clients. Or Sadie, who now makes more money as a virtual assistant than she ever did at her full-time day job. What's your goal with virtual assistants? I would love to know. Is it to replace your income, quit your job, pay off debt? Let me know in the comments below. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump into 20 services that you can offer as a virtual assistant. There are definitely services beyond this list that you can offer as well, but I'm gonna go into the top 20 that I think are really, really hot right now. Now, I've divided them into 5 different categories: administrative services, marketing services, creative services, customer support services, and tech and operations services. Let's dive first into administrative services. The first is email management. Email management is an awesome service that you can offer to small business owners because almost every small business owner doesn't want to answer their own emails. So this can be simply that you come into their current systems. Maybe they're using Gmail or another software, but they're already answering emails. So the intimidation factor with this goes way down because you can really slide into what they're already doing, but then come in and in your unique way, find ways to improve it over time. So whether it's answering emails of their current customers, potential new customers, or possibly even doing outreach emails, email management is an awesome service that you could likely add to your list of services right now. Second is calendar management. Have you ever been in one of those situations where you're going back and forth with somebody about a time that the two of you can meet? Well, a virtual assistant can actually do that for you. It might be the emails back and forth. It may be actually scheduling the calendar event, and maybe setting setting up a system like Calendly or Acuity Scheduling that's actually going to be a native scheduler for them to use. But either way, calendar management is a really simple service that you can likely start doing right away. Number 3 is data entry. This is actually the very first type of job that I got as a virtual assistant. I had a massage therapist have a box of index cards that she wanted me to just transcribe and put into a spreadsheet. It took me hours and hours and hours, but hey, I was able to do it as I was sitting at home in my pajamas as a pregnant mom. So I was super, super grateful for it. Number 4 is online business management. Now, this is kind of a higher level position. My good friend Sarah Nokehead actually teaches people how to do this really higher level business management, and it goes into more project managing teams. So helping a team as a whole with knowing how to take a project from an idea into actual methodical steps and making sure that the team stays on task with actually completing the project. Number 5 is research and travel booking. If you call yourself a Google Queen or Google King, this may be a task that right away you could add to your list of services. I swear I can Google absolutely anything, and I'm really great at finding deals on travel. And guess what? Not everyone is that way, or they just don't have the time to do it because they're so caught up in their other business activities. So research, travel booking, these are all things that you could add to your list of services, likely without any further training. Number 6 is invoicing. Clients need help with just sending invoices. I cannot tell you how many times I have talked to a small business owner that's like, oh, I'm so behind on my invoicing, or I have people that aren't paying because I don't have the ability to actually reach back out to them. I can't tell you how many people don't have online systems to do recurring payments or to accept payments online. So if you can help a small business owner set that system up, it's going to be a huge benefit to them. All right, let's jump into those marketing services. Number 7 on the list is Pinterest management. Did you know that small business owners will pay virtual assistants, Pinterest managers specifically, to manage their Pinterest accounts? They may be a food blogger or an e-commerce store, and Pinterest is an absolute dynamite place for them to drive traffic to their sites. So if you learn the skill of Pinterest management, you can actually manage that process for them. And I know Pinterest managers who are literally making thousands of dollars a month with this one simple service. Next, we'll move on to Instagram management. In the same way, clients are wanting to utilize Instagram to its fullest. I've seen some really interesting services lately where Instagram managers will basically come up with a script or a list of things for the small business owner to shoot on their phone. Maybe it's B-roll, maybe it's a talking head video, and then the Instagram manager will actually edit the video and post it for them, do the trending music and the caption, all of that. So you're really taking a lot off of the small business owner's plate. They just have a simple thing that once a month they have to film, takes one day to film, and then you do the rest on the back end, and people are literally charging thousands. I've seen packages go for over $3,000 a month doing this kind of service. Number 9 is YouTube management. Yes, where we're hanging out right now, and I have a team that supports me with this channel. I can't do it all alone. So whether it is actually researching the topics or coming up with a script for me to write, doing the editing of the videos afterwards, coming up with thumbnails, actually posting the video and doing the captions, or helping engage in the comments, which you should comment below so my team and I can engage with you. There is so much that you can do as a YouTube manager, and it is such an invaluable service, especially for a growing channel. Number 10, email marketing. So as an email marketing specialist, you would be writing essentially welcome sequences for somebody when they join an email list, or possibly a funnel sequence that would sell a course. There are so many businesses who have weekly newsletters, and over time, it may be too much for them to actually be writing all of that content themselves. So if that's something that you can plug into, maybe you have a knack for writing and you can learn just a few simple skills to how to turn this into an email management system. This is an awesome, awesome service that you can provide. Speaking of writing, let's talk about blogging and copywriting. Yes, blogging is still here, and I don't believe it's going anywhere. In fact, I'm seeing more and more people come back to blogging than even in the past few years of the Virtual Savvy. We're doing a weekly blog again, which we haven't done since 2018, 2019, because blogging, I believe, fully is back. So yes, there is AI, and we know that there are awesome tools out there to help write blogs, but hear me when I say AI is not going to replace virtual assistants. virtual assistants who are using AI are going to replace those who don't. So you can be using AI, ChatGPT, or some of the other amazing AI services out there to help craft an outline, craft a blog post, but then you're actually bringing it together. You're actually the one writing it, formatting it, making sure it sounds like an actual human, right? And so I really, really think that blogging is here. It's here to stay, and it's definitely not going away just because AI is here. Now let's talk about some creative services that you can offer as a virtual assistant. Number 12 on our list is short form video creator. We talked about this a little bit when it came to Instagram management, but we all know that Instagram is not the only place to be putting short form videos. So maybe your client is already making short form videos for one platform. Could you actually put those on other platforms for them? So a video that was made for Instagram could also be potentially put on TikTok and YouTube and Pinterest, and really even taking a full length video like this on YouTube and taking clips out and making it into short form video to put on other platforms. People are looking for more ways to use their content. So if you can be a part of that, it can be invaluable for the right business owner. Number 13 is graphic design. Maybe you got a degree in graphic design. Maybe you're just really good with Canva, right? And either of these are totally okay if you want to be creating landing pages, or maybe you can create an awesome logo or a PDF or a flyer for a small business owner. If you have that graphic knack, then that could be something that you add to your list of services or be a specialty in and of itself. Let's move on to number 14, video editing, especially again with YouTube and so much short form video being out there. I'm seeing more and more agencies pop up where you possibly pay like a monthly fee, which gets you so many hours of video editing per month. And again, this can be super, super invaluable for a business owner who's putting out a lot of video content. Number 15 is podcast support. I'm seeing more and more podcast managers come out, which can handle a lot of things. You can do the more technical side of podcast management, which would actually be, taking the audio, cleaning it up, editing it, uploading it, doing the show notes. There's also the other side of it, which is the actual managing of guests, right? Reaching out to potential new guests for a podcast that your client has, right? And actually doing the coordinating brings in some of that calendar management, right? Podcast managers sometimes will take both sides, the actual outreach part and the technical part, and bring them together under one podcast, just all encompassing podcast agency, which I think is a really, really unique spin on this service. All right, we finished 15 out of 20. I want to know how we doing out there. Let me know in the comments below if one or more of these services are really sticking out to you as something that you may want to offer. All right, let's jump into customer support services. Number 16 is webinar or live chat services. I'm finding that more and more consumers are really wanting to talk to an actual human. And maybe that's just with the emergence of AI. And yes, there are awesome chat tools out there that utilize AI, but there's nothing like talking to an actual human on the other side of a chat software. So you can do chat support, and this does involve you being actually available a little bit more during live hours. So you may do, 2 to 4 or 8 to 10, chat services for a client and agree to that. But having a human on the other side of that chat can be really, really helpful, especially during live webinars. And so that's something that we still do in our business. We will a couple times a year do these live webinars, and we need people in the chat actually answering the questions of the people coming in. And so this is a really, really great service. If you can do that, webinar or chat assistance, I think that this is really helpful for the right business owner. Number 17 is community management, which takes some of those live chat skills, but makes it more evergreen, right? And so this may be somebody that has a LinkedIn group or a Facebook group or a private group for a course that they're selling. And I know in our groups, we get literally thousands of questions inside of our Facebook groups every single day, and we want to be there to support. So we have people that are community managers that are coming in and actually answering those questions. A lot of times a community manager will also engage the audience, right? Maybe they're posting questions to actually drum up conversations. Maybe they're helping whenever there is a live event to actually post that live event, to schedule inside of the group, to update the rules of a community, or to help with assignments that our students are posting inside of a group. These are all things that can be held under that community management umbrella and can be really, really helpful, especially with all of the course creators and coaches that are now in the online space. Which flows into number 18, which is just customer service service in general. And I know that I've talked about a couple different ways to do customer service, but I do believe that whether it is over phone, over chat, over email, there are so many different ways to provide customer support services. So really, when you're coming up with your list of services of what you're going to offer as a virtual assistant, you may want to define, I offer customer support services in these specific avenues. All right, tech and operations services. This is our last category. I've got two left for you. The first is web design and development. Now, I'm not telling you that you have to go out and learn coding. If you want to, that's amazing, but there are so many awesome platforms now that you can actually build a website off of some really great templates. And even though you might think, oh, somebody else could do this, not everyone can. I know that there are Squarespace web designers, for example, that will take templates that they've purchased on like a big scale, right? That they could use for multiple clients. And they have a few different templates to choose from, and they will really integrate that into what the client wants with their colors and the photos and the copywriting, right? And they will create that website for them, even if it's based off of a template and you don't know code yourself. If you can really learn a specific platform well, then you can specialize in that platform and offer awesome websites to clients, and you can charge in the thousands for this. And then lastly would be funnel and landing page designer. I know my team uses a tool called Lead Pages, and we will create beautiful sales pages or opt-in pages where people will give their email in exchange for something for free. And being able to actually build those pages out is a skill in and of itself. So this is another awesome platform that you can use, and really building that out on the technical side is going to be a huge assistance to the small business owner who maybe doesn't have that skill themselves. All right, I know that this was a really big list, and I'm hoping that you're not feeling overwhelmed. I'm hoping that you're feeling inspired at this point, that your gears are turning of, ooh, I could do this one, I could do this one. The goal isn't to do all of these services, and I want to make that really clear. If you can handpick even just 1, 2, 3 of these services that you could offer, you could have an entire virtual assistant business just based off of those few services. Now, if you're still on the fence of which service is right for you, I definitely recommend that you take our free quiz. You can go to thevirtualsavvy.com/quiz to find your virtual assistant personality type, and it's really going to help you find which direction you should go and which specialty is right for you. Now, if you know which service you want to offer and you want to jump into honing your skills, I definitely recommend you also check out our Savvy Vault community. This is our growth community where we have weekly group coaching for VAs. We have over 50 technical courses where you can come in and learn how to do Pinterest management or dive deeper into copywriting. Some of the services that we listed today, we actually have courses on how to do them. So why don't you check that out at thesavvyvault.com. All right, friends, that's all I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed this list, and I'll see you in the next video.